I think it's recording. I didn't press anything, it started recording. That's really strange. Hello, hi Flosstube. My name is Natalia, this is Crafting with Natalia, and today I have a Flosstube video for you. It's been a while, but I'm still here, still kicking and still stitching. I just haven't been recording videos. I've been a little bit all over the place. It's kind of, well, I don't really know if I want to go into all the things that have been going through my head. Maybe at some point I will tell you everything, but enough to say that I haven't really been in a place mentally to be able to handle all this, to record a video, organize it, edit it, then to read all the comments, respond to comments, and yeah, it was just a little bit difficult for me. So I took a little bit of a break to get back to a good headspace. I'm not sure if I'm there, to be honest, but this morning I woke up, I had a nice stitchy catch up with a good friend, and I thought maybe today is the day to do this, because I've got lots to update you on, guys, lots. It has been a while. It has been maybe close to 3 months now since my last Flosstube. Yes, and I think my last Flosstube was in like February. I don't know. Yeah, you can see when my last video was, but it was a long time ago, and now it's 13th of May. So yeah, so it's been quite a few weeks, at least a couple of months or something. And so yes, I've managed to finish some things finally, guys, because I think last time when I spoke to you, it must have been an end of February, I think, because it was like my second video of this year, and I said I still didn't have any finishes for this year. And I felt kind of bad about it because it was already like 2 months in and I had nothing. So I managed to make up for it a little bit, and I managed to finish total of 5 things. 5. Of which I can only show you today 4. I don't know why I thought this is 4. No, this is 4. I don't know, 4. So that's the main thing that I wanted to show you in this video. I don't actually have a whole lot of things to show you. I mean, I've been buying a lot of stuff. You can ask my husband. He is really frustrated with all the parcels that keep coming, and he's like, how much money are you spending on all of this? And yeah, he's right. But yeah, I always have some deliveries. But yes, I've been buying stuff, but I don't know, it's kind of all over the place. So I'm not really so much into hauls. So I may just show you things as and when I start them on, you know, when I work on them. But I'm not gonna do haul today. I don't think I have the mental ability to do haul. And in terms of whips, well, I will tell you, but really, I think I just want to show you 2 whips. So 4 finishes and 2 whips, which should make 6 items in total. I don't know why I keep doing this today, and this is some new, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think I've gone a bit mad. Well, it's not really that new. I've always been mad, but I think I'm even madder now than I used to be. But yeah, these are the main things I wanted to talk about today. And then at the end, I wanted to repeat a giveaway. To repeat it because it's been such a long time that I think let's just start over. Basically, I did a giveaway. I don't even know when. A long time ago. Was it Christmas or was it January? I don't know. A long time ago. And then I drew winner, but the winner never contacted me. Like up until now. So it's been a long time. And I could redraw, but because it's been such a long time, I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch this, or who's gonna watch this. So to not run into the risk of, again, you know, the giveaway never being, you know, the winner never contacted me, I think I'm gonna just do it again. So today, what did I want to say? So at the end, we can do it now, or since I've already mentioned it. Why do it at the end? I don't know. There's a giveaway. The giveaway is for this chart, the seahorse chart. So basically this is a seahorse I stitched last year and I loved it. I loved every bit of stitching the seahorse. It was so fun to stitch. It's a design by Liz Mathews, and I don't know what else to say. I stitched it on a 16 count Ada, which was hand dyed by Rolanda from Canada, and it's like the sea blue green. Most of the colors, well, the seahorse colors are exactly as charted, and then I've just changed some things around the seaweed around him. But yeah, it's a beautiful chart to stitch. So if you would like to stitch the seahorse, then I got a brand new chart, because this one actually was a used chart from a magazine that I had. I got a brand new chart that's a printed chart that I would like to send to one of you, whoever would like to stitch the seahorse. And the word, I think, so just in case if you want to say something about seahorse but you don't want to have the chart, maybe we could use a different word. So maybe we could use a word like ocean. It may be the word we used last time. I don't remember what was the word I said last time. I may have said the ocean. Anyway, so OCEAN, ocean. I'll put it on the screen. If you use this word in your comment, if you comment below the video and you use that word, then you will enter the chance to win this lovely chart, and I really recommend it. It's such a great chart to stitch. And I will try and make a video sooner than this video, so maybe like a month from now. I don't know. That's so like the end, well, it's not the end of the month now, it's the middle of the month, so an unpredictable point of the next month. But within a month from now, hopefully, there should be a video where I will announce the winner of this chart. The name will be picked randomly using the random name comment picker, random comment picker thing from, yeah, there's a website you can use, and yeah, and that's it really. So yes, please enter using the word ocean. And I don't know if I was meant to say anything else about this, probably, and I'm forgetting. I will send this anywhere in the world. Yeah, so don't worry if you're far away. I'll still send it to you, as long as I can ship from UK, because I'm in the UK. So as long as my post office will say that they can send it there, then I will send it to you. Okay, so let's move on to my finishes, which is very, very exciting because I have so many. Yeah, so I said that I will show you only 4. Still this, I can't do 4. How do you do 4? 4. Okay, so only 4 because one of them is for a retreat. Next weekend I am going to a Floss Friends UK retreat in Redford, and for that I've stitched a small, and I will not show you today because I'm planning to post this video before the retreat, and in case, well, I know at least, well, no, I don't know who's gonna watch this, maybe nobody's gonna watch this, but if there may be someone, there's a good chance that someone who's going to the retreat may watch this video, and I don't want to ruin the surprise in case if they pick my package, I want them to wonder what's inside, right? So I'm not going to show you what I stitched. So I'm going to pre-record a video today, and that I will insert into my next video, so that then after the retreat you can see what I stitched. Okay, so that's that. So now moving on to the finishes. By the way, sorry if the lighting is very bright, but I struggled forever. It was so dark and I couldn't make it brighter. And then suddenly, just before I started recording, or it started recording by itself apparently, suddenly it got really bright. And now I don't want to make it dark again because, well, I think too bright is not good, but too dark is even worse. So we're going to try going with too bright. Believe me, I tried so many different camera angles, and I've got very limited space in here, which is suitable for recording. So we're just gonna go with whatever we have, and hopefully it will be all right. Okay, so finish number 1. Well, so since I last saw you, I had two new starts, I think. 2 new, because it was bunny month. So yes, last time when I sorry, I'm getting way too excited about this. Last time when I spoke to you, that was before March. So before the bunny season started. And everybody wanted to stitch bunnies. So I was like, okay, I was doing these monthly themes, which I kind of paused now. But March was meant to be a bunny month. And I went all in for the bunny. So I stitched 2 bunnies, or 2 bunny charts. I bought more, which I didn't have time. I started one, but I didn't really get very far with it. So that's kind of gone back to the box. And I made a crochet bunny. So that was fun. It wasn't a very good bunny, but I gave it away anyway. It was meant for my colleague's baby anyway. It was a pink bunny. If I find it, I will insert. I found something really cute on Instagram. You could like there was like a bunny song you could put as a background for the bunny, and yeah, there was like a short video I made on Instagram, but I'm not sure if YouTube is gonna let me insert the song because it may be copyrighted, so I may not be able to insert that, but at least I will insert the picture of the bunny. But in terms of cross stitch, so there were 2 bunnies involved, and so one of the bunnies I told you I was gonna stitch, and it was going to be the berry patch. So the chart is called the berry patch from by hello hello from Liz Mathews. I don't know why I'm getting so confused. My brain is not working. But so yes, I will. Well, I don't know. Well, I will show you what it looks like when it's finished. But I've changed it, so I don't know if I should insert a picture what the original design looks like, just so that you can see how I've slightly changed the colors. Because basically, I've used the chart. I've not charted. I've stitched everything as charted, but in terms of like the shapes, the amount of stitching. Oh no, not everything. That's not true. I'm lying. I skipped the bread. I don't know if I want to say the border of the frame, so I wanted to say frame, but yeah, I skipped the frame or the border. So if you look at the design, which I will insert here because I'm too lazy to go and find the chart, in the design there's like a square frame that's stitched, and I was too lazy to do that, and really I thought, what's the point, because I'm going to put it in the frame anyway, so why do I need a frame that's stitched as well as the normal frame? So I didn't do the frame. Other than that, I didn't take out any stitches or add any stitches, but I changed some of the colors. Actually, most of the colors I changed. So what I didn't like about the original chart was that it's quite washed out, like the colors are not very vibrant, and I love vibrant colors. I'm realizing this more and more as I stitch, that I just enjoy the most stitching with vibrant colors, and especially I love seeing how different colors like work with each other. So I'm not very big on monochrome charts, but I love charts that are like I think I've lost my train of thoughts. It's like literally I've just blanked out. So you're not so big on monochrome charts, but I love charts which have multiple colors, and you can see how these colors work together, and I love that. So anyway, so I've stitched what was I don't know where I was going with this. Where was I going with this? So I've changed the colors. That was the point. So again, I will show you here what the design is meant to look like. And now I will show you mine. And it's all in DMCs. So all the replacements and stuff are just DMC colors, which are just slightly more vibrant. And I think they look really, really nice. So I used glass in this case. So there's a bit of reflection. But hopefully, I should have a picture as well. I almost feel like I should take it out of the frame to show you without the reflection. But I should have a picture somewhere, at least when I was working on it, but hopefully also when it's finished, and that I will insert, that you can see the colors, how they look. Maybe if I bring it closer, you can see my lamp and I've got I like a picture. It's not my picture, it's my landlord's picture, but it's hanging on the wall and it's reflecting in the thing. It doesn't look as, I don't know, as vibrant. I think it's because of the glass. I wonder if I should take it out of this and show you. let me see. Oh yes, and something that I forgot about this one. This is the first project ever. I didn't use a sticky board to frame. I actually attempted lacing, but it's like my version of lacing, so it's very messy. But it seems to be holding together. It's not falling apart. So so it is, yeah, it seems to have worked. So no sticky board for all the people who are hating me for using sticky boards. This is my attempt at not using a sticky board. But you know what? I was swearing by the end of it. I was like, why didn't I use a sticky board? I would have been done like an hour ago, and I'm still doing this, and this is so messy. So really, lacing is not a fun activity for me. But I wanted to give it a go just to see if I can manage it at all, and just for future reference. Do I think it's better than sticky board? Really, no. But probably long term, I don't know if the sticky board may eventually unstick itself, whilst lacing is probably more durable. So anyway, so this is, yeah, so this is it. All this talking, I'm showing you this is what looks like. I don't know. Do you like it, guys? Do you like the colors? So it's just a bit more vibrant than the original version. But I really like these colors. And I love this chart. Honestly, this was for me the most fun chart, I think. Well, yeah, I think this is the most fun chart I've ever stitched on, possibly. Though, you know, there's a few I've enjoyed so far, but this one I had so much fun with. This is such a cute, lovely chart, and you can kind of, you know, it's quite a small chart, but it's got a few like really nice elements. So like you can, the way I did it, it was like I stitched the bunny first, and then I stitched the green bits around the bunny, and then I stitched all the strawberries around the bunny, and then I added like the butterflies and the bees and the bird, and you know, it was like really fun to put it together. So definitely, like, this chart made me so happy when I was stitching it. It made me feel like, oh, you know, I love the colors. I love, it was very easy to stitch. Sorry. It was very easy to stitch. And yeah, it had lots of small motifs. So I think that's what made it really nice, because it never felt overwhelming. It always felt like, oh, I just have a few more strawberries to do, and just, you know, stitching strawberries. It only had a few colors, so it was nice and easy. So anyway, so that's the berry patch by Hello from Liz Mathews. The fabric is 32 count Murano in light taupe. I ordered it from, I think it was Pixie Needle Crafts. Is that what they're called? Pixie Needle? I think it's Pixie Needle Crafts or Needleworks. I don't know. But yeah, Pixie. That's why I ordered it from. The fabric. But probably the chart as well, actually, or maybe from Patchwork Rabbit. I'm not sure. What else? And yeah, it's all DMC, and it's 2/2. Okay, so that's it. So that's finish number 1. Yay! Okay, finish number 2 is another bunny. And it's a bunny, so basically well, it all started over Halloween, but how did we get to bunny from Halloween? Basically over Halloween, I saw a post from a Polish cross stitcher, and she made this witch, which is a chart from Lizzie Kate. And the chart comes with like a broomstick, and yeah, like the actual broom, and I think her hair is like also quite funny, and it comes with the hair and stuff, and so you add it onto your chart. And she's really cute, that witch. But then I went looking for the chart on 123 Stitch, and then I found they had several other ones from Lizzie Kate, which also come like with different bits and pieces that you add to your like finished project after you've stitched everything. And I noticed there was a couple of bunny charts. And then when the bunny, like when in February, everybody started talking about stitching bunnies, I was like, okay. I was thinking maybe I should order these bunny charts and have a go, because they look like something that's very simple to stitch, but could be quite fun to stitch for a bunny month. So I ordered 2. I ordered the man and the lady. So the man is called Henry O'Hare. Well, the rabbit man, Henry O'Hare, and the lady, I don't know what she's called. I have her as well, but I haven't stitched her yet. So I think I'm gonna stitch her next year. for spring, and then I'm gonna have both of them sitting, you know, in my living room or wherever over spring time. So yes, but I've stitched the guy Henry, and he's really cute. So I also finished him in a frame because I like finishing things in a frame. It's easy. I don't have a sewing machine, and I also don't like fiddling too much with stuff. Finishing is not my favorite part. It's the stitching that I really care about. But so Henry O'Hare, he is stitched on 32 count Murano as well, but in a different color. So it's in like a splash kind of minty blue. I got it also from 123 Stitch. So anyway, I'll show you because I keep talking about him, but I haven't shown you yet. So this is him. Dum da da dum. Henry O'Hare. Isn't he cute? I think he's really cute. This is his face. And so the whiskers came with the chart as well. It was like a piece of string, and you had to cut it and then try and attach it somehow, and I couldn't figure out what's the right way of attaching it. So I kind of anchored them underneath the back stitch on his nose, and then I used some invisible thread to like anchor them here so that they're not all like, because they were just like straight line. So I had to like try and make them go like this. So I used invisible thread for that. And then the buttons came as well with the chart. That little rose came with the chart. The clock with the watch with the chain, and the spade as well. So everything came together, and yeah, I've attached all of this with the invisible thread. And what else? There's something on him. He doesn't have a glass, obviously, because that'll be really hard to put a glass on top of that. The rest, oh yeah, I didn't use the charted colors because I like stitching with DMCs, I really do, and I didn't really think, like, it's not a chart that I really cared, like, that it needs to have some special threads. So I just went with DMCs for him, and I think he's really cute. Yeah, so again, I may insert a picture that just shows him in a little bit of a different light, because I'm not sure how well we're gonna see. Like, I think maybe it's too bright. So maybe if I insert a picture, then you can see him better. But yeah, so the fabric, what I was saying earlier, it's got like these white bits, like here. So these are just like, it's like a splash kind of fabric that's got some speckles, kind of white speckles on it. And it's like a minty blue fabric. Okay, so that's the bunnies. So now my other two finishes. Now I need to think because I can't remember what's my fourth finish time. I know the next one, but I know, maybe I imagine, no, there was, oh, I know, okay. Oh, that's fine. So I've pre-recorded the next one, so I don't have to do this now. That's great, because I'm kind of, I need to drink some water. So as I drink some water, I'm going to insert here a video that I pre-recorded, and I forgot that I pre-recorded it, but I did. I did it maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So we went for a wedding in Albania, so because it was my hubby's brother who was getting married, so I thought, you know, I should stitch something, but they didn't announce it in advance. It was kind of like, oh, in like 6 weeks, well, no, maybe it was like 7 weeks or something, we're getting married. So I was like, well, okay. So quick, I started stitching a wedding sampler, but I will explain to you because I think I've already said it all. I don't know, in that pre-recorded video. I don't remember what I said because a very long time ago. But I probably told you already the story of I didn't have enough time and what I did, what I changed. So I'm gonna insert all of that here. I'm gonna grab some water, and then once you watch that video, we're gonna come back here and I'm gonna show you. It's just kind of, I can't speak anymore. I'm going to show you my final finish for today. Okay, so flipping you over to the other video. Okay, so very quickly, because it's getting dark here, but I just wanted to show you what this looks like. Basically, there's still a tiny bit of daylight left, and I've put a little bit of what do you call it? It's not glass. Is it like Perplex or something. It's a non-reflective glass type of replacement thing. So if I put the lights on, it's meant to be non-reflective, but you're still gonna see a little bit of reflection. So I was trying to use the last bit of daylight. So this is the piece that I stitched for the wedding. And basically, what should I say? Well, it's all framed up, and the frame I got from I don't know, was it Easy Frames? I can't remember the company's name off the top of my head, but I will put it in the description below. I will link them in the description. They are a company that provide custom framing. I've ordered a couple of frames from them so far, and I've had a good experience. So this one, I think it actually fits the piece really nicely, and I love like this little gold frame around, and it looks quite nice. Like it looks quite neat and like semi-professional. So I'm very happy with how this frame turned out. And so I just use a sticky board because I'm lazy, and because I actually can't do lacing. I need to learn how to do lacing. And sticky board is just, it's quite a quick method of framing things, and I don't have a lot of time in my life. So yeah, so I know some people may disapprove, but well, it is what I do. What do I want to say? So yeah, so I stitched this piece. Well, where should I start? Actually, this chart is from the Historical Sampler Company. They are a company, I believe they are based in the UK, and they provide kits as well as charts. So I went with just a chart because I decided to make some changes. So they have a couple of wedding samplers. I stitched one before. It will be somewhere in my older videos. And it was kind of similar, but it was colorful. And I stitched it, I used the kit for that one. And this one I just used, well, basically I just used the chart. And I used my own fabric and my own, well, I've changed one of the threads. So basically this piece is almost monochrome. If you look at the original chart, I will try and insert it here so that you can see what it looks like. But it's meant to be stitched on slightly darker fabric, and it's meant to be stitched with white thread. And then obviously you still have these like kind of golden beige bits as well, and a little bit of this red as well. But so I wanted to actually stitch it on, like I wanted to make it smaller so that it's nice and small, so that I can like put it in my hand luggage, and also so for the couple they can, like, because they'll be moving, they'll be traveling, and you know they may not have that much wall space, and they may not want to have gigantic piece of on their walls. So I just wanted something smaller. And so I decided to stitch it on 25 count over 1. With one, yes, 1/1, so with one strand of DMC. And I got this 25 count lugana in color, I don't know what color this is. I'm really not prepared for this at all. Again, I will put the information in the description below. I will also link to this chart as well, in case if you would like to stitch it. But I swapped one of the thread colors for this dark brown, which is 938. The reason for that being because when I tried stitching on this fabric with white thread over 1, I could barely see that one strand. It was just like very faint, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is gonna work. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna change it to darker color, and I went with dark brown, and I thought it fitted really nicely with the other two colors. So with that, let me see if I can bring it closer to you. So you have this golden beige, I think it's 611 if I remember correctly, and then I think this one's 221, this red color. But I did tweak the design quite a bit. The main reason being, aside from changing colors, I had to make it smaller, even smaller, because I didn't have a lot of time to stitch it. So I only found out about the wedding, well, it was kind of, in Albania, they don't give you a lot of notice for the weddings. So I only found out maybe like 6-7 weeks before the wedding, and I was like, well, that's not a lot of time. And I was also stitching on other things. I was working and doing all sorts of things. So I thought, well, okay, let's minimize the number of stitches I have to stitch. So if you look at the original design, it has a frame around it, all around it with hearts going around. And then also the heart itself is bigger. It's got like a wider frame all around with like little bits inside, I think. And I'm like, as I was stitching the inside of the heart, I was like, I can't, you know, I'm not going to have time, or I don't really want to spend all these days just stitching on this. So I'm like, I'm not going to stitch all this frame around. No way. So I thought I'm going to simplify it. So I got rid of the external frame. And also then I thought, well, how can I simplify it even more? I'm just going to do a simple frame around the heart. So just like a simple outline rather than doing all this wider bit. And then I included the names of the couple and the date, and in the date I just changed it slightly, that I put the hearts in here as well. One more change that I made, I actually filled in some of these motifs with color, because the original design is very, very monochrome. And I'm not such a big monochrome stitcher. I think I've been discovering that I don't really enjoy things when they're too monochrome. So I was thinking, well, can I make it slightly more interesting also for me to stitch? And so I decided to fill in some of these empty motifs with a little bit of color, like these little hearts. I filled them with red. And also, like the dragonflies or butterflies, whatever they are, I filled them with this bit of golden beige, and yeah, and some of these flowers I filled them in as well. Yeah, and these like little hearts. It's really hard to see, but what I'm gonna do now, because I know it's dark, but also because I have this on, I actually earlier on so I used this, by the way, sorry. So I used this because obviously it's a wedding piece and I would like it to be durable. So I would like it to last. So I'm just, you know, a bit wary. If there is nothing covering the stitchy piece, it can get like dusty or it can get damaged more easily. And, you know, maybe 20 years from now, they want to dig it out and have a look, and they'll be like, oh yeah, this was for our wedding. And I want it to survive. Without getting dirty or damaged. So I'm hoping that this will protect it a little bit more. But it does make it slightly less crisp. So I was a bit worried how it's going to turn out on the camera here. But it's not too bad. The only thing is it's getting dark now. So in case you may not see the colors or the stitching very well, I also took some pictures earlier and a little video of it without the actual glass cover. Well, not glass, whatever it is. Without this cover, so that you can see the stitching a little bit better. And also it was in a brighter daylight, so hopefully you can see the colors slightly better as well. So I'm going to insert some of this here. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say. I don't really enjoy stitching over one. It is not. Does not make me happy. What two things don't make me happy? Stitching over one and stitching with one strand of floss. Neither of these things makes me happy. I have been discovering that. Although I do like the effect of stitching with one strand of floss, so I will still use that, you know, I'll still do that for some of the projects, but I am happy with 2 strands, and I am happy over 2. So I would rather avoid doing this in the future. But anyway, you know, it had to be done, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I was really not sure what was gonna be the final result of this and if I was gonna be happy with it at all, but actually I think it looks quite neat, and in that frame actually I think, you know, it's not too shabby. So yeah, so this is my wedding stitching. So now I guess this is everything I wanted to tell you about this, and I will send you back to the main video. Bye bye. I think it got darker now again. I don't know. I don't understand how this works. I hope you can see me all right. I don't know. Let's try it. So the final finish for today is the peacock. Peacock. I don't know what's the title of this chart. The chart was charted, designed by Yasmin from Yasmin's Made with Love. And I'm really sorry for Yasmin and all of my Flosstube friends, because I am I have fallen behind terribly on Flosstube because I've been kind of doing other things and watching and listening to other things lately when I stitch, and somehow I felt like I needed a break. Not because I don't love all my Flosstube friends. I absolutely love them. I love all of you guys. But I went through, I had to rethink some things about my life. I did a lot of thinking and just kind of, I struggled quite a lot with my mental health over the past however many weeks it has been. I went through some really difficult times, and I was kind of questioning everything in my life. But I did notice that I was getting really stressed about what projects I should be stitching on, and a lot of that had to do with like me putting pressure on myself with regards to this channel and my Instagram, and posting on time, and having interesting content, or just having like interesting projects to work on, and making sure that I engage with people and I don't disappoint anyone. And I realized it was kind of becoming a bit much for me, and in a way I was thinking, like, what I noticed is that, I was watching a lot of Flosstube, and you keep seeing what everybody else is working on, and you kind of become like, oh, I want to do this as well, and you become like, I'm falling behind everybody else, and these people have like more interesting projects than me, or, there's some new releases, and I was getting really drawn into this kind of thinking, and I felt like it was maybe affecting me a little bit negatively, that I was just putting too much pressure on myself. So I pulled back a little bit, and I also I started researching some other things. So I was kind of like, I've changed a little bit to what I was kind of listening to and stuff when stitching. So I'm really, really behind on Flosstube. All that to say is that if I haven't watched your video, it's nothing personal. I have just been taking a little bit of a break in general, and I will come back to it at some point, maybe, I don't know in what quantity, because that's the issue. There's so many good videos out there that it's really hard to keep up with everybody. And I still watch Flosstube, but not as often. And obviously I follow so many people that it's really hard when I just do it every now and then to see what everybody's doing. So it may just be like one video from that person, and then the next time it's like one video from another person, and like, okay, so I'm catching up with a little bit with someone, but then I'm behind on all the other people, and so on. So yes, I just wanted to say that Yasmin, I am behind on your videos as well, but Yasmin is a wonderful creator. She recently started designing her own charts, and she also ran in London Marathon, and that was actually the weekend when I was in Albania. And well, I was really pushing it because because of stitching the wedding sampler, I couldn't really stitch on other things very much. Plus I had my bunnies that I wanted to stitch on. So I really wanted to participate in the Yasmin Marathon Sal, which was a stitch along organized by Ross from Ross Clark Crafts. I think that's her channel name, but I always forget. But I will link her channel below. And I will link Yasmin's channel below as well. But Ross organized this stitch along for Yasmin, and I really wanted to take part. But then I kept running out of time. And then I started stressing because I was like, oh no, I'm disappointing Ross, I'm disappointing everybody. But I managed to finish my wedding sampler, and I had about 10 days or something before Yasmin was running her marathon. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and finish it on time. But I didn't actually believe I was going to finish it on time. I was like, I'm maybe, very close to a finish at least. But I probably won't finish it on time. But, well, I pushed it all the way to the end pretty much. So we were flying on a Friday, I think it was 21st or something in April. And I wasn't even going to take any stitching with me. But I thought, you know what, I literally had like one color left to fill and just a bit of backstitch on my peacock from Yasmin. And I thought, okay, I will take it because it will take barely any space. And in case if we ever wait at the airport, or if I feel like stitching on the plane, that I may be able to put a few more stitches in. And what happened is our flight got delayed a lot. So we were we were sitting at the airport for hours, and I basically, and then the flight, flight was quite long as well, like almost 3 hours, I think. So I had lots of hours to keep stitching, and I literally, just before we landed, I managed to put the last stitches in. So thanks to the flight being delayed, I managed to finish it on time. Because the thing I knew is that I wouldn't have time because of the wedding. There was no chance, we were visiting family, Bess's family. We were, we were going to be busy because it was his brother getting married. So there was really no chance for me to be able to stitch there. So the only chance was that, at the airport and the plane, I may be able to finish it. And I was just able to finish it. So that was amazing. So all that to say that I have a finish is the peacock from Yasmin, and this is what he looks like. So one thing that I should say, that this is not a full chart that was charted by Yasmin, because there should also be like a frame going around. As you see, I don't like stitching frames. But also there's text underneath, which is really nice text. I think it says diversity. I don't know. It's about diversity and embracing diversity, and I'm all for embracing diversity. I love it. But I kind of just wanted to stitch the peacock because I liked I don't know, I'm not really so much into stitching text anyway, and I just liked how he looked. I wanted to finish him by himself without any text around him, and so I did. And this may brighten up if I bring him closer or not. Hopefully you can see him. Can you see him all right? Well, I know you can't answer me, but this is him. So I finished him in a hoop from Cross Stitch Kids Crafts, I think. I can't remember. I'll link the shop below. They're on Etsy. And they sell hoops with you can buy the back as well. And you can glue the back on after you finished. And so so it's just a blue hoop, but it normally brightens up if I put something really close to the camera. Hello. But see, that's the thing, it doesn't. A little bit. I think it's brightening up a little bit, so hopefully you can see the colors. He's got beautiful blues, beautiful blue colors. I will also insert a little picture that I took just before that for Instagram, so maybe you can see it better there. I hope. I don't know. But I love him. I think I'm going to give him, I'm going to give him to someone, most likely my mom, because I think she would really appreciate him, because she loves folk art, and her house as well. Like, she's got quite a lot of folky things, and she likes funky, folky kind of animals and stuff. I think she might enjoy him. So I think that's where he's going to go eventually. But and that's the peacock. One more look. He is a really fun chart to stitch as well. Very easy to stitch. He only has like a few colors, I don't know, 7 or 8, like not many colors. And you can stitch the outline first. That's what I did. And then you just fill in the colors one by one, and that's really fun to do as well. It's a really beginner-friendly chart, I think, as well. I should have said, I stitched him on 46 count. So that's why he's quite small, but there's quite a lot of stitching in there. So there's a lot of filling in to do. But it's 46 count. I stitched it with 1 strand of DMC over 2 fabric threads. So I really like him. Very nice. I like finishing things in hoops. I think they look really cute that way. Is that it? I think this is so this is my last finish. So now we will talk about my whips, but I only want to talk about 2, really, I think. And is that it? I think this is gonna be it. So we're almost done, guys. Okay. Okay, so the 2 whips I wanted to talk about are 2 fancy ladies that I've been stitching on. So because, I mean, I kind of tried stitching on some other things other than what I showed you, but to be honest, doing all these finishes, I kind of focused on them one at a time or two at a time, kind of more or less. And I wasn't really stitching on anything else during that time mostly. So there was a couple days where I was getting maybe I was thinking about my other projects or starting something new. And there was a couple of times that I would pick up something else. But I haven't done any substantial stitching on any of my other projects. And I thought it's not really worth showing you just a few stitches, you know. I'm going to wait until I have some like significant progress on stuff before I show you, I think. Because otherwise it's just kind of like, yeah, I'll show you, okay, I've got 20 stitches. Okay, well, no, what's the point? No. So because of all these things I was finishing, I didn't really get to stitch very much on anything else. But towards the end of April, after the wedding, I think it was, I went back to stitch on my Hummingbird Pixie, which is a chart that I started for Teresa Made Me Do It sale back in January, and I've put, a few stitches in her back in January, and I really haven't touched her since then until the end of April. So I will insert here, if I find it, a picture of what she looked like. Well, first of all, what is she? No, I can... Sorry, guys. Okay, first of all, let's start from the beginning. Hummingbird Pixie is a chart by Bella Filipina, which looks like this. Again, why is it so dark? It was bright before. Hello, camera, come on, wake up. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, there she is. So this is Hummingbird Pixie by Bella Filipina. And I love her. And that was my birthday present to myself, an early birthday present, kitting her up. And I love her because she is so rainbowy and colorful, and she's got like a million beads. She's like all, dreamy, and I just love her. She's got lots of crayonic in as well. She's gonna be super sparkly and colorful, and yeah, and fun. So I will now I will insert here a picture of what she looked like last time when I showed you. And I think at that point I only stitched like bits of her skirt, like the dark, I don't even know that, I can't remember, but it was less than what I have now. I actually did manage to get some progress on her. Then I had to stop at the end of April, so I haven't stitched on her since then. But I am happy with how much progress I've done. So she's a bit tricky to stitch on though, because I find Bella Filipina charts, I don't know what you guys think about Bella Filipina, but she came on a lot of pages, and I like to start in the middle, and so I start in the middle, but it's like a joint between several pages, and like all the time I have to go back and figure out, okay, so I have to go back to this page. Now I have to figure out where I am on this page, but the shading is only on the previous page, so I can't remember how much shading there was on, and I don't know. I get really confused, and checking between, constantly switching between pages is driving me insane. And she doesn't come on a colors chart, but there are colors there. It's really weird. It's not black and white completely, but there are like some symbols are green and some symbols are like red or something, and some symbols are black, but I don't find it particularly helpful, so I don't really understand why they do it that way. I don't know, it's almost confusing me more than if it was just black and white. I don't know. So I'm not having a lot of fun with the chart, but I am having fun with stitching her. And I am stitching her on a 28 count linen from Extra Design. And it's an opalescent linen because I love opalescent things. And so this is where I am with her now. Let's see if I've got a board. Well, it's not an actual board, but it's not like cardboard, like a flimsy envelope cardboard that I normally use. I think I got some delivery or something, and it had like a proper board. So there you go. I've got an actual board today for once. Now, again, let me try and see if it's gonna go a bit lighter. Yes, yes, there we go, there we go. So this is what she looks like now. So I've managed to do a little bit of these bits that are like hanging off her skirt. I don't know what they are. Yeah, and I've got more of her skirt and also a little bit of the rest of her dress, like that top part. Look here, I can't, yeah, here, okay. Yes, the top part of her dress. I still have a lot of holes. A lot of them will be beads, so beads I'm gonna leave until the end. But also a lot of them I just haven't stitched, you know, the cross stitches yet, so there's a lot of holes still. But I think she's gonna be really, really pretty. I love the colors, and it's kind of hard to show. Maybe if I show you in a bit of light here, the daylight. The purples are really, really, like, really nice purples. They're really proper. I don't know how to say. Like, they're not dull. They're not dull colors. And then, I mean, these are just dark kind of blues and like sea green kind of blues. But there'll be lots of lighter colors as well coming in between. And then this is like her back, and there her wings. Her wings will have so many different colors in them. Oh, and she's got this like pink scarf that's gonna be here. So I think she is going to be gorgeous when she's done. You know, I think the colors will pop like wonderfully. Like, these colors are really, really lovely. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to coming back to stitching on her as well. Like, I think she's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, I just thought there was like a bit of floss somewhere, but I've lost it now. Anyway, so that's her. Okay, so that's the Pixie scene with the back camera. Now, I don't know if this is any better, but maybe you'll be able to see slightly more detail from this side. Maybe the lighting is slightly better. I'm not sure. The colors, yeah, they're fairly true to real life colors, I think, from what I can see on the screen. It's more or less, I think maybe they slightly less popping on the camera than they are in real life, but they are fairly similar. So you've got these, I quite like these bits of pink. There'll be lots of beads going in here, and there's a bit of craning. This is done with like a very dark green craning. Yeah, same like for these bits. And then, yeah, there's just lots of purples and like kind of dark sea kind of blue greens. Yeah, but that's her really from the close-up, just in case if you wanted to see that. Okay, so back to the video. What else? So my final whip, well, this is all, I'm blaming my friend for this, who I was chatting to this morning. So back in December, when I was doing my Christmas video, you would have seen me unboxing like a parcel, like a big parcel that I got from Australia from my friend there, and she sent me a chart from Mirabilia, and it's an out of print chart, and she got two. So she said she was lucky, some to find for good price. So I hope she didn't spend a fortune on this, but she said she was lucky to find two charts, one for herself and one for me, and we thought we're gonna stitch it together. It's a mermaid, so I suggested, well, let's do like a mermaid kind of stitch along kind of thing. And then, you know, a lot of people were talking about doing monogamous May, and you only stitch on one thing. And well, Anne said she'd like to do a monogamous May, and then I felt, well, the only way I'm gonna get some actual progress down on the mermaid and not completely fall behind what Anne's doing is if I also do monogamous May. But that was at the start of May. I was still kind of finishing my small for the retreat, but that doesn't really count. It's a small. But other than that, since the 1st of May, well, I was a bit ill on the 1st, so really since the 2nd of May, I have been stitching solely, except for the small, solely on this lovely mermaid from Mirabilia. This is, what is she called? The Deepest Love. Deepest Love. Let me see again. My camera's getting dark. Oh, that's better. Deepest Love from Mirabilia by Nora Corbett. Yeah, it's out of print unfortunately, but I'm sure you can still get it on eBay and stuff. And I'm doing a conversion. conversion, which originally I was just going to steal someone else's conversion. Because I found on Facebook, there was actually, well, then when I went back into it, I actually found 2 different ones on Facebook. They were both purple. And I've done, well, I've made a note, you know, so the people who did it, there's like a group on Facebook that's about conversions for Mirabilia. And the people who posted them, they posted the actual like picture of their conversion, like the numbers that they've converted. And so I thought, basically I took screenshots of these, and then I started going, basically I took all my DMCs out. I took my fabric out because I knew what fabric I wanted to use. I have the most wonderful fabric from Megan Coffee Craft Fabrics. You'll see today I'm showing you charts on very similar colored fabrics. So that the sea, kind of like the seahorse, very similar to seahorse color. It seems to be like my favorite fabric to stitch on. I just fall in love, like the minute I see fabrics like that, I'm like, I have to have it. I love sea things. I don't know why. I think I just love the colors of like watery, like blue and greens and stuff. They're like my favorite colors. But yes, so anyways, I had a fabric already that, well, I bought a fabric a while ago and I didn't know what to stitch on it because it was so beautiful that nothing was good enough for this fabric. And then Anne sent me the chart and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stitch this, but I'm not gonna stitch the original colors. I'm gonna use the conversion. And because I saw this beautiful purple conversion, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that. But anyway, to cut the long story short, I had these conversions. I went through all my DMCs and I started pulling out all the purples and you know, I was like kind of starting to, because I noticed the conversions were kind of reducing the number of colors in the chart by using the same color twice for 2 different symbols. And I'm like, I don't like that. I like more colors. I think the more colors the better. So I started tweaking the conversions. Like I started basically just made it my own conversion. I used the inspiration from the other conversions, but I kind of went in my own direction and I picked the purples that I thought was going to work together here and the purples that were going to work together here. And then I also, once I started stitching it, I also decided to convert the leaves. So she's got these leaves around. So I decided to convert these leaves into different kind of green as well, because I didn't quite think that the original green will work with my fabric as much and my purples. I was like, I'm not sure if this is the right kind of green for what I want. So I decided to also use different greens. So now she's really my own. My own mermaid, and I am so happy and I'm really enjoying stitching on her. And I always said I'm not a mermaid person because I'm really not a mermaid person, but I'm really loving stitching on her. I really am, and I want to stitch some more mermaids. Like now I think I would enjoy stitching another mermaid for sure. So there's gonna be more to come in the future, especially because I love this color of fabric so much, and mermaids is like the best thing, you know, like because you need something really beautiful to stitch on such a beautiful fabric, and something that's like relates to the sea and is beautiful. Well, mermaids are the best thing, no? So I think there's gonna be more mermaids. Okay, so anyway, this is where I am as of today. Do I need a board behind? I've lost my board now. I don't know if I need. Oh, you may be fine. So let me just bring her. But now, can I brighten up the camera? Okay, that's better. So this is the top of her tail. So I've already finished that part of the tail, and I've even put the back stitch in here. This back stitch is done with a metallic thread. It's not cranig though, because I couldn't find the shade of cranig that would work for this conversion. So in the original that's stitched with cranig, but I just couldn't find one that would work for my color conversion. I managed to find a petite treasure braid that I think works really nicely, so I'm using that here, just one strand of it. And then I'm using some white cranig here in the veil, but it's probably quite hard to see, but there's quite a bit of sparkle on it. When you see it live, it's easier to see. So this is the veil that's kind of coming down on her tail. So I've done a little bit of that veil, and then I went down and I started, like, I did a bit of her tail. So again, this is the veil that's coming down in here. And then here there's gonna be, like, I'll have part of her tail here, but there's gonna be like this other bit of the tail So I'm just trying. Come on, camera, come on. Hopefully you can see the colors. So I've added some extra cranic because I love cranic. So like the white cranic, but also in these bits here, I've added purple cranic as well. Yeah, and yeah, she's gonna have this tail going here, and then the veil here, and then that's the rest of her. So anyway, so for comparison, you can see this is where she is. Okay. So she's a beautiful lady. I may try and record like a short video with my back camera just in case if it shows better, but I'm not sure if it will. Or at least take a picture. I don't know. I will try to do something and insert it here. Or if it doesn't work, I won't insert anything. So don't be surprised if I don't. Okay, so now this is the mermaid taken with my back camera. So hopefully you can see the colors or maybe just the stitching a bit better, and you should be able to see the sparkle on the fabric better from this side as well. So that's her. So yeah, she's got lots of sparkle, because also I'm trying to show you the white cranic. So it's, yeah, all of this, basically all of the white I'm doing with cranic as well. It's the marshmallow white. It's very beautiful. It's got this like pearl kind of rainbowy sparkle on it. So yeah, that's what she looks like with my back camera, just in case if that's any better. But yeah, I love how she's turning out already. And I think I forgot to say in the main video, she is stitched on 32 count. So this is fabric from Megan from Coffee Craft Fabrics. She's on Facebook. If you look for Coffee Craft Fabrics, you should be able to find her. Yeah, it's a beautiful, it's a 32 count even weave fabric. Yeah, absolutely. It's my favorite fabric ever. I love stitching on it. It's just so gorgeous. Just the fabric by itself is gorgeous. Okay, but I think that's really all to say about her. I hope you like her too. And that's really it. I think this is the last thing I wanted to show you today. Or if not, then I've forgotten, and I'm sorry, but I will try and tell you next time. But so yes, so next week I'm on the retreat, which should be really fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And don't forget to enter the giveaway, by the way. Please enter it, because I'd really like to give the chart to someone. Obviously, if you want to stitch it, if you don't want to stitch it, that's fine. But I'd really like to give the seahorse chart to someone. So please enter with the word ocean, and hopefully we will have a winner who will then claim the chart after my next video. And that's it really. So yes, I don't know, maybe a month from now, then I will see you again. Maybe sooner, maybe later, I don't know, honestly. But there will be another video. I'm not planning to disappear, although I do question, like, why am I doing this? There was a lot of questions in my head, and like, because I know my videos are a bit disjointed, my lighting isn't great, but I have a very small space to work with, and we're trying to cram everything into a very small flat in London. Hopefully by next year we will be able to move somewhere, maybe slightly bigger, I don't know, but we will eventually have to move somewhere bigger, if because this is a very small place to live. But for now, this is the space that we have, and so it's basic. I don't have a professional camera. I'm filming on my phone, so it's basic. And I'm not, a fantastic cross stitcher either. So I think there's a lot of questions in my head of like, why should I keep posting these videos? And I don't want to also put too much pressure on myself, because yes, I have to be honest, guys. I have struggled with mental health recently, and I have to put myself first, because also I do have a full-time stressful job that I am trying to maintain and do well in. I've got my marriage that I'm trying to maintain as well. and then you know, that's already enough pressures, and you know, and family stuff and all the things that you have to deal with in life. So I don't want this to become a pressure. So if I ever disappear, it's not because I don't love you guys, it's just because it's just getting too much for me, and I have to take care of me first before I can then share with you guys. So basically that's all that I'm trying to say. Anyway, enough talking. It was lovely catching up with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you've been up to, because it's been ages now, so let me know what's new with you, what new projects you've been working on, and yeah, just say hello. And yeah, I love hearing from you always, and I do remember you guys. Yeah, and you actually you bring me lots of smile and motivation, you know, when I struggle. When I think of having my cross-stitch friends, that really helps. So yeah, I don't have a plan other than stitching the mermaid for the rest of the month, so I will focus on that. And after that, for now, I'm not 100% sure what is going to happen in terms of like what I'll be working on, so I will keep you posted when I decide. But for now, I'm trying to push on with the mermaid. I may try to stitch on it monogamously until I finish it, and I'm actually really enjoying that, you know, focusing on one project for a change rather than 100 projects. So I don't know, there may be a change, maybe I will become monogamous, I don't know, I don't know, so let's see what happens. But for now, yes, I'll keep working on my mermaid. You can let me know what you'll be working on for the rest of the month, and I hope to see you in my next video. You know, and yes, good luck for you know, those who are entering the giveaway, and yeah, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.